Before I start my homily today, I just want to say thank you to each of you for your part in my spiritual journey to where I am today. I feel so blessed and grateful to be standing here in front of you as a priest, celebrating this Mass with my brother priests. In today's gospel, we heard that the rich man completely ignored the needs of Lazarus, who was left starving at the gate. The rich man did nothing when he saw the needs of Lazarus. The lesson for you and for me from this story is that when we see a need, we should always do something about it. This was one of the famous sayings of Saint Mary of the Cross, Micheal, Australia's first saint. This morning, I called my mother on a WhatsApp video to make sure she will watch tonight's Mass on the live stream. I'm sure she's watching now. Hello, Mom. Mom was in the backyard of our house in Uganda, looking after 7 cows and 10 goats. All of these are in our backyard in Uganda. She decided to show me the animals as she was about to feed them. As she went closer to the cows and goats to give them the food, they all started to wave their tails because they were excited that food was coming. I was surprised to see that the older cows were very considerate to the young ones. They waited for the younger calves to get something to eat before they started eating. The small cows, too, did not finish all the food. They left something for the older cows to eat. Eventually, both the younger and older cows had ate all the remaining food. They shared it together very happily. Now satisfied, they resumed waving their tails to say thank you to my mom. I do not have a tail to wag, Mom, but thank you. The sharing and the consideration the animals had shown to one another had touched me. This reminded me of the ability to share and the joys of consideration. I have seen the joy of sharing in my family home in Uganda. My parents regularly share meals with our local community. It is nothing for Mom and Dad to cook a meal for 70 to 80 people and share their hospitality and kindness, knowing they are meeting the needs of those living in our community. Usually at our home, we host a party about every 3 weeks, and people around the community come and join in to share. And the entrance fee is free of charge. My parents aren't the wealthiest people. However, their wealth is in their kindness and sharing with others. Putting a smile on each other adult's face does not require much. It actually requires very little. A good morning smile, a listening ear, or a visit to a sick friend is an easy act of sharing and kindness, which costs nothing. I was reflecting on my visit to Stella Maris nursing home, which I did yesterday, where I sat and spoke with a resident for 10 minutes. And in that 10 minutes, I had managed to put a smile on her face and bring joy. The message here is that in response to our faith in Jesus, we are all called and we are all in position to make others feel better through our kindness and sharing. I have observed similar acts of kindness in this parish. You have all shown me so much love and kindness. You have welcomed me into your homes and treated me like family. I have had many beautiful meals and muffins, conversations and laughter, and many muffins indeed, which has meant so much to me. When I visited St. Aloysius Primary School, Cronulla, on their Mercy Market Day, which was held last Wednesday, I was very impressed by the idea of the students who saw a need and decided to do something about it. Again, I observed an act of kindness. The students researched and found that there are some remote areas in Africa where people are still using kerosene to light their homes. The students decided to get solar lights so that these families could have lights in their homes without having to use kerosene, which could be dangerous. I repeat, the students saw a need and did something about it. And so I now ask you one thing, all of you. I ask you to pray for me as often as possible. To ask Jesus to give me the grace to be a person who responds to this call of Jesus. I want to be a man of God, to reach out to the people. Also ask that whenever any of us sees a need, we should always do something about it, just as Jesus asks us to do.